Hopefully by the end of this video, your beat sales look like this. I mean, probably not, because it's just like a 15-minute video, but call these whatever you want. 8 hacks, 8 tips, 8 habit changes, 8 methods. They helped me sell more beats. I have to be honest with you producers. A lot of times we are our own worst enemies when it comes to our businesses. If we're struggling to transition from a beat maker who just makes beats for fun and someone that actually does this for a living, we're going into business with ourselves. We might not have experience doing that. So that puts a lot of stress on us to become business people, to become marketers, to learn all these systems, and not only learn all these systems like email marketing and sales funnels and all that, but also to create our own system and combine all of these different best practices for running a business while continuing to stay creative and make beats every day. So here are my eight tips, hacks, whatever that you should consider. I think you should consider to sell more beats, to create more sustainable beat selling system for your business. This is in no particular order. Some of them are do's, some of them are don'ts. The first one I'll say, which is important, is to stop winging your YouTube beat keywords. Don't just throw spaghetti at the wall. I do a lot of consultations with producers. You can book one. Just leave a comment and I'll reply with a link to it. I don't really advertise it, but a lot of the producers that get consultations with me show me their YouTube channel, ask me to audit their YouTube channel. And this is one of those do as I say, not as I do situations, because my YouTube channel is a mess. But what they do is, maybe they post 10 beats in a month, which is low. I would encourage them to post more than that, but 10 beats in a month, and every single one of those 10 beat videos has different keywords in the title. So one beat would be like Kalani type beat, then SZA type beat, then trap type beat, then NBA Youngboy type beat, then boom bap type beat, then Nas type beat, then Drake type beat, and it's confusing YouTube's algorithm. Now there are 2 different methods you can use for targeting a keyword on YouTube, a beat keyword on YouTube. Number 1, you can target low competition keywords. I use 2 tools for my keyword research. One of them is TubeBuddy and vidIQ. I think vidIQ is a little harsher and more honest when it comes to their keyword rankings, but let me show you what I mean. So as you can see here, this video is actually doing well because I'm ranking number 1 on Rick Ross type beat 2024. And that particular keyword actually has fairly low competition, but an overall not so great score. So the unfortunate reality is, in order to find low competition keywords with high scores, I hear, when that turns green, you're on the right path. And if you find a keyword that is high enough with an overall score in the green, but that's a keyword that you should target because the competition is low, the search volume is high, which means it's more likely that if you post videos with that keyword consistently, you'll start ranking for that keyword. People who are searching for that keyword will find your videos. They'll like your beats because they're relevant to that keyword, and then you will convert more sales. On off 1700 type beat is 73. There's a lot of search volume, as you can see, and then there's low competition, which means if you make beats that are relevant to those searchers, you could potentially do well. So for example, and I'm not suggesting this, I'm just showing you an example of a high scoring keyword, free for profit type beat. This has a score of 81, which means you theoretically should be able to rank on that keyword. A lot of people are searching for it. Maybe if you're trying to create an awareness campaign where you are giving a few free for profit type beats out and you want to collect emails, then this would be a good place to start. I think that's really the only method I would use this for. But the second method for keyword targeting is to do the opposite of what I just showed you and just go for the highly competitive beat keywords like future type beat, something that a lot of other producers are already doing. And so therefore you really have to fight them to get in a position to knock them off their high ranking position and get in there. I interviewed a producer, Angel La Ciencia, 3 years ago. I'm actually wearing this shirt in honor of that interview. And this is what his opinion is.
My main goal was targeting keywords that never stop trending, like trap beats.
And I'll even hear this too. A lot of people say build up with the smaller keywords and then work towards targeting the bigger keywords. You're saying go right for the big difficult keywords and then just keep doing it over time until someone out there slips up and you get it in and suddenly you're on top of
this. Is the game. This is the game on YouTube.
So as intimidating a prospect as that may be, he has amassed the better part of 1 million subscribers, which is a lot. At first glance, I'm like, damn, YouTube algorithm really doesn't like beat makers, because how are you going to have nearly 700,000 subscribers and 1.5K plays? But you can also see that he is consistently targeting trap beat, free type beat in Spanish as well. Look, just 2 months ago, he breaks through the algorithm right here with 47,000 views. I'm sure that beat's selling well. For the most part, he is targeting one keyword niche, which is important, and that's what I'm talking about when I say don't just wing your keywords. Don't just jump in and upload a beat and think, I'll just type in whatever without doing any research, without having any intention. Because either option you choose, whether you're targeting the low competition keywords or you're going all out and targeting the highly competitive keyword niches, you need to target your channel realistically to one keyword that you're trying to reach and trying to break through and rank on. And this isn't good news. We like making, a lot of us like making a variety of beats, and it sucks that we can't upload a variety of beats to YouTube and win that way. But when you think about it, I mean, think about how the YouTube algorithm works. Think about the top channels on YouTube right now. A true crime channel isn't suddenly going to start posting sports highlights, and a sports highlights channel isn't going to suddenly start posting clips from a political commentary podcast. And that's why an R&B beat channel probably shouldn't start just posting EDM beats. Tip number 2, stop CCing and start BCCing. You'll get blocked, you'll burn bridges. It happens when you're sending out mass emails, which probably isn't a great idea to begin with. I mean, if people are opting into your list and you have Aweber or MailChimp integrated into your BeatStars Pro page and you're legally getting emails and you're sending out regular email marketing campaigns, great. But what a lot of people do is they just copy and paste emails all over the place and then just paste them all into one email and send out beats or loops, samples, whatever. So it's important to talk to whoever the person is before you're sending them emails. So like for me, if you want to send me loops, just reach out on Instagram first and make sure that I know you're sending these to me, because if I don't recognize your name, I'm not going to open the email and I might just block you because I get so many emails all the time. Same goes for beats. If you want to send beats to an artist, make sure they're relevant to what that artist is looking for. And the best way to figure that out is by having a conversation with them. Send an intro message, even send a voice note. I know Russ said that's a great way for producers to send him beats. Send just a voice note of that beat so they can listen to it and then say, hey, I want to send more beats like this. What's your email? And not everyone will respond to those DMs. That's fine, because this type of relationship building is not a numbers game. It's about quality contacts and collaboration. So let me show you what I mean. Let's say I scraped a bunch of emails off of Twitter and I just want to send out hottest beats ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these email addresses that I stole and I'm just going to post them right here as recipients, right? That makes sense. Don't do that. Send the email to yourself and then choose BCC. Blind carbon copy. When I send that email, I won't be exposing all of these other email addresses to each other. They will be hidden. It will be anonymous. When they reply, they will only reply to me, not to everybody that I spam. One, if you're stealing emails, just don't do that shit. But if people are actually opting in and you want to make the whole process easier and just send out like weekly loops, weekly beats to whoever, use that method. If you're not using a MailChimp or an Aweber or some kind of email delivery service, use that method, BCC. Please, you will not piss people off doing that. The next tip, this will save you money and time. Stop thinking you have to pay to register all of your beats with the United States Copyright Office. Here's the truth. You don't need to register your work with the Copyright Office for it to be protected. It simply needs to be fixed in a tangible medium of expression, which is just a fancy way of saying it needs to be in a form that people can see or hear. So a beat, when you bounce it as an MP3 file or you save it as an FLP file, it's fixed in that form that can be viewed, that can be transferred. It's tangible. We can see it. We can hear it. And I hope this doesn't happen. If you find yourself in a situation where you have to take somebody to court, then yeah, you absolutely need a formal copyright registration on copyright.gov. But a lot of people are out here claiming you can't get paid for your beats, you can't sell beats, you're not protected if you're not registering your every single beat. That's just not true. They spend a lot of time and money doing something that isn't necessary. Playing off of that, please stop registering beats that you're selling that haven't yet become songs with a PRO like ASCAP or BMI. ASCAP and BMI do not protect copyrights. They don't enforce copyrights. They don't hunt for people using your beats to try to get you paid. They don't do that. They don't have a system for doing that. They've never done that. I know I'm going to get comments, people claiming that yes, they offer copyright protection. Yes, they hunt down people. Yes, I don't know what I'm talking about. The PRO does not directly offer copyright protection. And what I said, ASCAP, BMI, these PROs do not track. You don't upload beats to their database and they just go around the internet looking for. Beat ID does that. BeatStars Beat ID does that. Content ID systems do that. ASCAP, BMI, the PROs, they don't do that. And this is straight from ASCAP's own website. The next tip is please stop the spamming. I just got these today. This dude sends me this comment all the time. Is my music good? He's been doing it for a while. No disrespect to him. I'm just showing you that like these aren't impressive numbers because this isn't working. I'm sure his music's good. So it doesn't matter if you're a producer trying to sell beats, because producers do this shit too. Leaving comments on everything. Check out my beats. It's 2024. We have SEO optimization, as I spoke about at the beginning. We have all of these multiple options for uploading beats directly to people who want them, such as a logo, which I have open right now. We have TikTok. We have all these ways to reach people who are actually interested in your product, and spinning your wheels by just randomly pissing all over every corner of the internet to try to gain some type of attention from random people you don't even know. Didn't work 10 years ago and it doesn't work today. Building a real relationship with someone whose music you actually like and whose overall sound you actually complement with your production is far more valuable than sending 100 random comments on YouTube videos. Every time you see a comment like that, if you want a reminder of why it doesn't work, click on their profile and see if they're actually getting a good amount of views such that they're making a living off of this. They're not. Next tip is stop being rigid. If what you're doing already is working, great. Keep doing it, scale it up. If it's not working and you want to change it, well, you have to do something differently. So for example, I was incredibly inflexible at the beginning. I didn't want to lease beats. When I started leasing beats, I really regretted that I hadn't started doing that sooner. So then funny enough, as I'm leasing beats, I become rigid about not selling exclusive beats. Then years later, I start selling exclusive beats and actually create separate playlists for exclusive beats, start promoting exclusive beats, and I start building an email list of customers who want specifically unreleased beats to purchase exclusively. Wish I had started that sooner. So if there's something that consumers want, potential customers want, or even present customers are asking for, and you're digging your heels and saying, I don't want to do that, ask yourself why. Why didn't I want to sell exclusive beats? There really wasn't a great reason if my customers were asking for it. So I had to change. I had to be flexible. Actually, this week I sold like 5. So glad I made that decision. Second to last tip, stop worrying about mixing and mastering. Again, when I'm talking to producers who are struggling to just get their beat business systematized, they're not uploading consistently. A lot of the times it's because they're insecure about their mixing and their engineering overall. So a lot of them say, okay, well, I want to hire an engineer to mix every single beat. And it's like, all right, so even if you can find a decent engineer at like the $50 level and you want to be competitive, that would mean dropping at least 3 beats a week. So you're spending $150 every week. That's going to add up. You're going to just be hemorrhaging money if you're not selling beats. I'm not saying don't learn how to mix. I'm not saying don't continue to improve your sonics. What I'm going to say though, if there's a backlash, I'm sorry, it's just the truth. I've heard top selling beats that make me cringe because the mix is so bad and people don't care as long as they love the beat. A lot of artists don't care, and if they really want to change the mix, they get the stems, offer the stems. I was DJing a club, I'm not going to say the name of the song that got requested, but when I played it, it was distorted. Distortion is becoming an aesthetic now. It's popular now. So like 10 years ago, that would have never been a thing, and now it is. All I'm saying is don't let the fear of not being an amazing engineer paralyze you from actually uploading beats. Start uploading beats now. Worry about improving slowly because there's always something we can improve upon. The last thing I'll say is this. Don't be afraid of sales. I know this is a touchy subject with a lot of people because they already feel like beats are devalued, and so if you're already selling beats for $24.99, then if you do a buy one get 2 free deal, oh my God, now you're really devaluing your product. This is something I'm going to go into far greater detail on in my course. To keep it brief for this video, catalog size matters, consistency matters, customer data matter, all before this sales method really can work as well as it can. But run limited sales now and then. Connect them to other big sales. Black Friday, for example, everyone's shopping. Just make sure that you promote them correctly and price them competitively in a way that customers find value in your sales. Our brains get this dopamine rush from participating in these sales. If you are not taking advantage of these sales, if you are just never running sales because you're afraid that you're going to devalue your work, then unfortunately, look, your customers aren't getting as much value as they could. It's nice every now and then to send your customers a discount link or a free beat, or to advertise to your followers that you're running a special Black Friday deal, especially during times when people are already just resigned to the fact that they're going to spend money. I personally think that's a big reason why Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and certain holidays work very well as times to create some type of flash sale at your Beat store. Black Friday, people are shopping anyway. Like, damn, I got to spend all this money on Christmas gifts, holiday gifts, whatever they're celebrating. What's another $30, $40, $50 on something I want when this producer over here is offering buy one, get three free? I'm getting a lot of value, I'm paying less, and since I'm spending money anyway, let me just spend some money with this producer. Hopefully these 8 methods, hacks, tips, whatever help as you're building your own beat selling system. Appreciate you watching, appreciate you listening. Really appreciate it if you like the video, share the video, drop a comment. That helps a lot. Thank you.